those last comments about the Power Four. That's where I think he lost some people, because obviously D-Jack, he made it known from the jump. Like, if he's going to do this, he wants to do it for a while at Delaware, this being coaching at Delaware State. And then he eventually wants to level up to a Power Four school, to a white school, is how people are seeing it. And he's like, that hurts our ability to level up. Level up meaning going to the white school. And that's where, when you're in this space with non-HBCU football players, no, we're not talking about just football players. We're talking about HBCU graduates. We're talking about HBCU alumni. We're talking about people that love and care about their HBCU and HBCUs at large, right? They don't see going to a white school, a Power 5 school, a Power 4 school as leveling up. And when you use that reference, when you use that verbiage when talking about the white schools as leveling up, it's going to piss people off, and rightfully so. That's Bethune-Cookman is somebody's alumni that didn't play basketball, that didn't play football, that didn't give a damn about that stuff, right? You know, the students that go to these schools, they don't care about sports, right? They care about the education and the Black experience that they could have at a Grambling, at a Bethune-Cookman, at Delaware State. So that's where the people that are talking out about this aren't football players, because they get what coach is saying. They understand that. People that work in football. But the people that are speaking out about this aren't football players. They're HBCU alums that love their HBCU, whether that be in Jackson State, FAMU, Howard, Hampton, Morehouse, Spelman, DSU, Virginia State, Norfolk. You know what I mean? I can keep going. So they're like, hold on, D-Jack. Hold on. We were with you until you veered off. And what I think is happening is D-Jack is using this issue, because this was an issue. We're not justifying the fight. Look, we will not justify a brawl. We will never do that. I will never do that. We will never do that here on this platform. At the same time, when D-Jack is saying it hurts our opportunities to level up, meaning go to the white schools and coach at those places, he shouldn't say our. He should just say mine. Just make it personal. Because every coach at an HBCU isn't trying to, quote unquote, level up to a Power 5 school. I don't think Trey Oliver wants to leave North Carolina Central. I don't think T.C. Taylor wants to leave Jackson State. That doesn't mean that they won't leave or couldn't leave, but I don't think they want to. I don't think that's the end goal for them. I think the end goal is to become a legend at that school. I think the end goal for them is to win as many championships as humanly possible at that school, the Black school, the SWAC school, the MEAC school. And their version of leveling up is getting a pay raise at that school. Their version of leveling up is winning a championship at that school. Their version of leveling up is hosting a conference championship game, meaning TC or a SWAC school, at their school, at that school. And that's where DJ, I don't think he meant any harm, but in his mind, leveling up is going to the next level, is as far as going to Power 5. He's not an HBCU alumni. He didn't go to Delaware State. He's the head coach at Delaware State. And I'm not here to, because I don't think he meant any harm by it. Actually, I'm pretty much know he doesn't mean any harm by it. He was just disgusted by watching that brawl. And let's also too, I like, as I'm, saying this to DJ, I also want to make it clear that that's not normal. Like the brawl that took place between Bethune and Grambling isn't normal in any football space, not just in the Black football space, but like as long as it went on, like we see scuffles all the time. Right, we see a player get pushed, laid out of bounds on an opposing team's sideline, and a bunch of people huddle around them, and the scuffle, blah blah, and they get it separated, and it's over. That was a full-out brawl that lasted a very long time, like way longer than most college football or NFL or football fights normally last at that level, meaning at the Division I collegiate level or like the NFL level. We don't normally see it that long, so that was abnormal. Now, I think that's why you're getting, whether it's right or wrong, these responses out of these guys like D-Jack, and we're going to listen to Cam Newton here in a second. And then the comments by Mickey Joseph didn't make it any better. Like the comments by Mickey Joseph are also the reason why I think more people are commenting on this. And I'm not going to play it, but at the end of the day, he said, we're going to meet disrespect. He lays out the incident, or at least mostly, about why he believes it happened. And he said, we're going to meet disrespect with disrespect. And that is the worst effing attitude to come from a head coach. That comes from one of the players. That's wrong for them, but we'll excuse that because it's like, hey, you should be coached up better. You should be taught better. You should be raised better. The whole we're going to meet disrespect with disrespect. Whoa, that's how you get a brawl that lasts as long as that brawl lasted. And that's wrong. Mickey Joseph was dead wrong for saying that. Like you went in front of a camera and said that, and you're the leader of men? And no disrespect to Mickey Joseph, but you can look, there's some skeletons in his closet. And it kind of makes sense about his skeletons as far as meaning disrespect with disrespect. It's football, bro. You're not raising, but you're help guiding and leading young men, 18 to 24-year-old impressionable men. I don't know about that one, coach. I'm just saying. Let's listen to Cam Newton's. And once again, hit that thumbs up button and leave comments in the comments chat. Leave them in the chat because I want to know how you guys feel about these comments made by these ex-NFLers. Desean Jackson being a head coach at a black college, and Cam Newton, who was recently on camera fighting a black college mascot. So remember that when you're listening to this, what he's about to say, that he was on ESPN, nationally televised, way bigger than whatever platform Grambling and Bethune-Cookman was on, ESPN Plus or whatever, way bigger than that. He was on ESPN, the main hub, fighting a mascot at a black college. So this is the guy that said that. Let's take a listen.
We already are at a deficit with visibility. And we literally just had a civil war over a football game? What? No matter if you're in the MEAC, the SWAC, the SIAC, the OVC, if you're a representation.
Be careful. Be careful on, when you're pronouncing colleges' names. I'm just saying conferences' names. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Just keep listening.
Of blackness and black culture, you should look at this and say to yourself, this set us back. What if this was on Fox, ESPN, Peacock, Netflix, Paramount? They're the ones that's signing the check.
If I'm not mistaken. So once again, pulling in the white spaces. This is what upsets people. Pulling in the white spaces. Cam, you were fighting on ESPN. You were fighting a effing college student. Swinging. We got video. There's pure proof. You were swinging on a college student on one of those platforms you just mentioned. You were. And you're a fully grown adult. Once again, not defending what these students did. But you were fighting a college or swung on a college student. And you're a fully formed adult. These are college students. Now, they were wrong, yes. But to be like, what if it was on Fox? What if it was on ESPN? You're dead wrong. Because it don't matter what platform it is. It shouldn't be happening no matter what platform it is. But at the same time, you were literally swinging on a mascot at a black college on ESPN. Let's keep listening.
They're the ones that's passing approval of budgets. And then we go do some silly stuff like this. All that amplified even more when the first opportunity that you get a mic in front of your face, you say disrespect will be matched with what, Peggy? Disrespect.
You won't disrespect.
Now, he's right on this. Now, two things can be true. He was wrong, I feel like, on the first part. He's right on this part, though. Disrespect match with disrespect is crazy.
With what, Peggy? Disrespect.
You won't disrespect us. We're going to be disrespect with disrespect.
It's not as bad. Just imagine if you had college game day and a melee broke out in halftime versus LSU in Alabama. Certain things just will not happen. Hey, man, we need equal opportunity. We need a piece of that media pie. We already don't got a lot of money to pull from. Now, the MEAC and the SWAC about to find us 30,000? Man. I had a coach once tell me.
That's how I don't know. I am kind of getting annoyed with this video. Like, what? It's like my first time watching it. Well, I seen clips of it, but I was like, let me indulge it in its entirety on my channel. And I am kind of getting like, my stomach's hurting a little bit. I'm listening to this because one, this had nothing to do with the MEAC, so don't pull them into this. Like, right? Like, don't do that because that's not fair to them. Two, I just find so many things wrong with this. D-Jack, I understood. Like, I feel like he should have just made it personally and not generalized everybody because everybody ain't trying to leave. But this whole, like, we got to do better in front of white people because if it was white people, it wouldn't have happened, just drives me up an effing wall. Like, once again, this brawl was abnormal in the fact that its length, how long it took place. But the simple fact that you're acting like brawls don't happen at white colleges, brawls don't happen when ESPN cameras are around, brawls at white schools don't happen in front of ESPN or Fox cameras. Like, it's just buffoonery to me. The Ohio State-Michigan brawl wasn't like this, happened in front of Fox. It happened on Big Noon Kickoff. Hell, it happened at 3 in the effing afternoon on Big Noon Kickoff, Fox's biggest platform. It had 20 million people watching it. I bet this video hasn't been seen 20 million times. There was 20 million people watching Ohio State versus Michigan last year. And that happened where a kid tried to plant the flag, a Michigan flag, on Ohio State's field, and Jack Sawyer said he ain't having it. And there was a kerfuffle. Yes, it happens at those schools. This is the ignorance that just drives me crazy. Let me rewind. Oh, my God, let's keep.
That's 30,000, man. I had a coach once tell me, behind every crazy player is a crazy parent. And behind every crazy player is a coach that allowed it. You think Nick Saban is allowing any foolery? You think Bill Belichick is allowing any of that toxicity to?
Well, Bill Belichick's bringing his own toxicity to the campus when he has a 24-year-old girlfriend that's running him around. So let's talk about that. Pablo Torre is, by the way. But just let me make sure my mic is on because my mic be cutting off sometimes. Okay. Just this is buffoonery. Let's keep listening. Let's just keep watching.
Fester, you will easily get controlled, altered, and deleted off of that staff. Your key card will not have as much access as you thought it did. Hey, bro, can you let me in? Hold on real quick. Hey, hold on, stay right there. That is a firing offense. Hey, coach, you in there? It's Cam, the athletic director. Hey.
Once again, I actually agree with him on Mickey Joseph's comments. But I think those are two separate issues. Mickey Joseph's comments were wrong. Right, let's just call it what it is. They were wrong. Disrespect with disrespect. You're the head football coach at Grambling State University, the coach the place that Eddie Robinson walked the halls and was one of the most dominant football. Period. I ain't talking about college football. I ain't talking about black college football. I'm talking about football. Period. Eddie Robinson. So yeah, Mickey Joseph was wrong there, but this other stuff is just silly to me. Let's keep listening.
Matter of fact. Right outside, I got a 5-gallon trash bag. No. I really don't want to talk. We got security out here, too, that will escort you to your car. Coach, what the hell are you doing? What we not going to do is allow you to show your whole rear end to the public.
Not on our TV time.
No, absolutely not. I don't care what somebody else did. It's what you do in retaliation to that.
Once again, I don't think he's wrong in that aspect. I think Mickey Joseph was dead wrong by saying that. But Cam was out of control. Like this whole... we have to be better in front of white people. Like, imagine if ESPN cameras was running like that. That is old. That is so old. That doesn't need to be like, come on, bro. That shouldn't be the focus of this conversation. D-Jack, I'm with you. I understand. I just think you don't need to generalize all black college coaches because all of them leveling up isn't going to be the head coach of X university, the X white university. I think sometimes leveling up for them is just getting a pay raise and winning championships at their university, whether that's, North Carolina Central, South Carolina State, Grambling, Bethune, Jackson Valley, wherever, Jackson State Valley, like whatever. Cam, that whole like, what if game day was there and this would never happen under Nick Saban? Like it literally a version of this, once again, not to this extent, but a version of this happened at Michigan, Ohio State. It don't get no bigger than that. So yeah, it may not happen under Nick Saban, but it happened under Ryan Day, who was a national champion as a head coach. It happened under Sharon Moore, who was a champion as an offensive coordinator. And they're the two head coaches of the most watched college football regular season game every single year. And it happened there with in front of 20 million people. So like, knock it off. Now it didn't happen to this extent, but it happens on Fox. It happens on ESPN. It happens on those platforms as well. So that's just my thoughts on that. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on Cam and D-Jack's comments regarding the dialogue and the conversation around the brawl that took place between Bethune-Cookman and Grambling State? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is JeffLightsYJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, notification bell because I upload all the time, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.